Hello. How you guys doing today? Let me turn this fan down. Let me turn it off. It's too loud. You can't hear my voice. I don't want to talk over that fan, and I really don't need that air on. It's a little chilly today. I don't know what the temperature is right now. Let's see. Outside. What temperature is it, y'all? There's a car with the hazard lights on over here. It's 45 degrees outside. And I am on my way to work. It is almost 11 o'clock. My first patient is at 11 o'clock. I cleaned my purse out yesterday. Y'all, I was on a roll. You want to hear me, honey? I was cleaning. So I even cleaned my purse out. I was so proud of me. Now, when everything is clean, you just feel like life is okay. At least I do. So, here's my nude. Remember I told you guys about this lipstick right here? I got on a lot of blush today, so I'm gonna put on some nude lipstick so I don't look too loud. I got a new client starting today, and she is ultra conservative, honey, ultra conservative. And she had all these wrinkles in her forehead, and one of my clients is very, let's say she spares no expense and she do a whole lot to herself. And the lady was like, I just don't want to look plastic. And I'm like, restoration, honey, that's all you're going to do. When you get Botox, let me just tell you guys, when you get Botox in your forehead, if it's done correctly, it just smooths out the lines, but you should still have the ability, these are called the corrugators, you should still have the ability to move those muscles, you know? So go on and get a little bit of Botox, y'all. Don't let those wrinkles get up in your forehead. Come on now. You ain't got to do all of that. So this lady told me she was 54 years old, and y'all know I'm going to be 52 in a couple of weeks. So I was like, okay, so we're about the same age. And I don't think that I look hard. You know, I said, no, you need to think about letting me put a little bit of Botox in your head. One girl, she bought her friend with her last week, and she was like, well, what do you think I need? I was like, some Botox in your forehead? She was like, I'm afraid of that. And my boyfriend, her boyfriend had came with her. He was waiting in the waiting room. So I had the two girls in back. And she was like, I don't want him to know. I was like, that's fine. You ain't got to know, girl. She walked out. She said, you put some Botox in your forehead, huh? I was like, woo. But she was a cougar. He was a younger guy. I was like, yeah, you get one of these old guys, they might not notice anything, you know? Now, Willie, he notices everything, and he's 55. He's an old guy. You know, he notices everything. He's like, did you do something different to your eyebrows? Or is that new makeup you have on? I'm like, boy, you too observant. So, this lady here, she needs to just go and let me, I'll try to talk her into putting that Botox in her head. It don't benefit me to put Botox in your head. Oh, actually, that's a lie. Because then you start to look better. And then people are like, oh, where are you getting your work done at? And then they're like, oh, you just look refreshed. It ain't nothing wrong with looking refreshed. I told you guys about this lipstick. It doesn't make my lips feel as dry. I've got some other brands. They make your lips feel so dry, and then they get to be peely. Don't nobody want to be having their lips look like it needs to be surgically removed, dead skin coming off. But this one of my real good clients introduced it to me. She had like 5 of them, and I was like, she was like, do you want one? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I think this would look really good on you. And so she had like 5 of them. She was like, pick another one if you want. I was like, no, girl, I ain't gonna be greedy. She was like, I think this will look good on you. I was like, let me try it on. I tried it on. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be taking that one too. But I need to order some of them. So I am getting my brows done. One of my girlfriends, she does the hair strokes. And I used to do the hair strokes, but it just didn't last. The patients will be like, Lisa, I'm fading out, you know, just got this done last month and they're already faded. So I want to see her technique because, girl, they were on point. So on Monday, she's coming to my shop to do my brows. You better ask somebody. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, to get my brows redone. And she does real nice shaping. Now, one of my girlfriends, she got her brows done, and I was like, they're too thick. And she's hooded, meaning that her brows go over her eyes, and her eyes are a little deep. And so to have those big brows just make her look angry, you know? And she's an extremely happy person. Honey, and she should be. She got her house paid off. You know you're going to be in a good mood, Lisa, when your house get paid off, you know? So... what was I gonna say? She went too deep, too thick with her brows, and I told her that, and she was like, what can you do to fix them? I was like, you're gonna have to let them fade out. And that's the thing about permanent makeup. The pigments are actually smaller, you know, dyes, and so the particles break up and leave your body, right? But with regular tattoos, the particles are very big, so they can't leave the body because it's too big. So that's why permanent tattoos last for a lifetime. You die with your tats. And the permanent makeup, it's permanent because it lasts for years and years and years, but it does break up and go away, you know. That's why you have to get them redone. That's why I'm about to get my brows hooked up, girl. I did a live, my best friend Sabrina's daughter came and did a live at my shop, and I got 3 clients from that live that she did. It was so cool. So every time she comes, I'm going to do another live because it's just good for business, you know. And I want to grow my business. I actually had a nurse come, and she was wanting to get into injections and stuff. And so she was like, yeah, so I would be interested in like purchasing an existing business. And I don't know if she was hitting around, like, you know, throwing it out there in case I wanted to do that, you know. But that's what I would do. I've got a good, substantial client base that I think that if I was to sell my business when I retire, that somebody would benefit greatly from purchasing my business. It keeps my coins in a row. But I don't know. I just love aesthetics. I love makeup. I love, you know, making people feel beautiful and restoring things. One of my clients that's coming today, she used to be my ex-coworker. She used to be my coworker. She's an ex-coworker. And her daughter was getting married, one of her daughters. And I mean, I threw everything and the kitchen sink at girl. And when she came in the other day, she still looks just years younger. So I was like, now her other daughter is getting married. You know how you go to a wedding and you know what, you want to take your boyfriend because he'd be like, oh, this was so wonderful. Look at all the people and accolades and all the smiles and love that's going around the room and all the gifts and everything like that. It makes him want to propose. So her fiance proposed to her. So now she has a second daughter getting married. So she's coming in today because her daughter came in last week, and I said, tell your mama she better not go to hell in a handbasket because we have that other baby getting married. She was like, all right, I'll tell her. I was like, because if she come in here looking thrilled, I'm going to tell her, get out. Just go on and get out, you know. There's no sense in spending good money to get yourself looking years younger, not to keep it up. Because the upkeep is cheaper than, you know, thrashing yourself and then saying, I need to do something because I've got some major event coming up. Oh, Amber Alert, y'all. Somebody's snatching, somebody cheering. So, I don't know why all these Amber Alerts Come on now. Okay. Because I'm not observant enough to see, oh, it's a silver sedan and it's this make and model. If you see it, call it in. Honey, I don't be looking at other folks' cars. I don't even know what cars brands are, the different models. Like that kid will roll right on by me and I won't even be able to see him. But I guess they do it for a reason, because there's other people that are not like me. So I have to work till 5 o'clock today. It's 11 o'clock. It's my first client. So I got to work, what, 6 hours? And the lady from the quilt store called me. And I signed up for a quilting class. And we had to move our Saturday around because of the holidays. And so the Saturday that I was supposed to be off, I wind up not being off. And I missed my quilting class. So in the makeup classes, I was working on those days because they were during the week. Anyways, long story short, I missed my class. So the lady sent out a notice saying, okay, we're starting on block 2, because this is like 12 blocks. It's like a block a month. And I was like, well, can I come and just start block 2? And she was like, she called me and said, you can come to my house if you don't mind driving. I live way out in Oak Point. And I was like, well, I'm just your neighbor. And she was like, well, come on over. And she's retired. She's like, I love teaching. She's like, you can come tomorrow. You can come on Sunday, right to my house. And I was like, I'm there. I said, you're going to be looking out your window. Ooh, Lisa here again. She's stalking me. It's so wonderful to have somebody that's, one, willing to teach you, because that's how I am, honey. I am not a formal person. You can just knock on my door and come on in. We can do some things, you know. So she's like, I'm retired and this is what I do full time all day long. I just quilt. So, and the quilts that she's teaching, they look very complicated, which means that I am going to be learning a lot of techniques. So I told you guys, I don't like backing up my machines and doing this, that, and the other. She was like, if you don't want to, I've got a machine here. And I was like, no, my husband bought me a little quilting machine for my quilting classes, and it's already packed up, and he bought the rolling case and everything. So I can just use my new machine because I need to become familiar and comfortable with my new machine. She was like, understandable. So, we have a late start tomorrow. She said she wakes up at 5 a.m. and I'm an early riser, but I just like to lay in bed and watch YouTube. So I might get my little ugly self up and go on to her house about, you know, 8:30, leave my house about 8:30 and stay over there for a couple of hours and get some, get my skills in. Then I can come back and, you know, in the evening and start catching up on my quilt. Block 1 before I start block 2 next week. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Trying to get into my quilting. What is that? Is there something on my camera? Oh, good. Something on my camera. I thought there was something on my face. It was a hair. So, that's what I got going on. You guys know I have the wedding going on, so I'm gonna have to start preparing for guests to come to the house and my grandbabies and everything like that. Y'all see all that stuff I have in the back? Amazon stuff for work. I got to send stuff to my dad, which I was supposed to do last week. Hell, he might as well just, he'll be here on the 10th. He might as well just wait and get his stuff, but he's right in Houston, so he just get it the next day. So I need to just go on and send this stuff and stop mucking around. Yeah, so that's what I have going on. Remember, I was talking about last night when I did a whip and chat about breakaways. So today I need to do something different than I would normally do. So I guess that different would be going to somebody's house in the morning and learning how to quilt. That would be different. And then leaving there and then going to work. But I also wanted to go to the library and sit down and read for just an hour because I haven't been to the library in a while. And I know you guys say, what is the big deal about going to the library? It's a breakaway, breaking away from my normal life. So yesterday it was beautiful, and I was gonna go out and rearrange the storage, but then I was like, why rearrange it when you're gonna have to rearrange it when the new shed comes? Because I ordered Willie a 8x10 that looks just like the one I currently have. So I need to call them today to see where we're at, because that was a few weeks ago that I ordered that. And I want to make sure they have the right paint color and everything is good. And I'm going to have to purchase some steps. It was like $200 additional for the steps. And I want to make sure that they bring the steps, because he will be rolling out the lawnmower and and so he needs to have a ramp right there. So yes. Oh, I wish that rent was not so expensive right there, because I would move my shop up to that place right there. I would, because it's so much bigger. And if I did that, I could actually bring in some of the people I know, like Lisa, who does hair, would be in there, and that's a lot of good through traffic, you know. So I might have to revisit that thought again. But then I'd have to whole lot of stuff from demolishing this place right here. Whew. Don't talk myself out of it. Gots to go to work, you guys. Deuces.